All right, Shalom. To the elect of Israel. To the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites. You so-called Negroes. Latinos. Native Americans. West Indians. And Haitians. And the foreign Israelites. That look like the other nations. First and foremost, we're going to face the East. Lock it. Give me 1 second. Got to fix the camera. They have some technical difficulties. Okay. All right. So, as I was saying, why is this messing up? Hold on. Bear with me. It's just moving all over the place. I don't understand. It's not even that windy, man. I gotta get a new stand. This was just not doing good for me. So I'm gonna get another stand today, Lord willing, because I'm tired of this shit. This shit is out of line. Man, fuck, man. All right. That should work a little better. All right. Let's lock it. First and foremost, we want to face the East and give all praises. What to say, Yahawah? What to say, Yahawashi? What to say, Yahawah? What to say, Yahawashi? What to say, Yahawah? What to say, Yahawashi? Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, who led me to this truth, who've been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast to show forth the Lord's righteousness, and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord, and to striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. And it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9. And it is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. Lord will us be edified to the flock. It's been about 5 days since I've been out here to do camp. And it feels like, you know, like I was kind of hoping I'd be out here earlier. You know, it kind of feels like I feel like I'm off course if I don't come do camp. You know, within 5 days is what I'm starting to realize. Like, this should be routine to us. You know, this is our therapy. This is how we get away from the problems that we struggle with in this world. You know, because we're going to be like this. We're going to be nomads on the earth. We're going to be out here with nothing. So that's what the Lord's training us for. That's why he said to go through the highways and byways. You know? It says in Luke 14:23, and it also says in Matthew chapter 22. Talks about we need to compel people to come into this understanding, this church, into this truth. You know? And as all the elders and apostles, the great millstone on down, they have been coming across explaining that There are a lot of false prophets out right now and a lot of deceitfulness out right now. There's a lot of wickedness out right now. You know, a lot of things that are, I would say the word that they said, psyops. And, you know, to hear the elders and apostles say these things, it puts us in fear. Why? Not because we necessarily doing that stuff, but because we want to make sure we show ourselves approved that we're not with them. We're not fucking with them. You know? These other camps, it was like, just like Elder Ramlov said, Elder Apostle Ramlov, he was talking this morning, you know, and people who've been watching me, they know that I've been dealing with some things. But whatever, it's not about that. It's about teaching the doctrine. But I was listening to him, you know, and he was talking about how it could have been a psyop. And he believes that it's a psyop, and it makes sense. Because then you got all these other people coming out trying to put in GMS into what happened. But if it helps at all, okay, I'm just a follower. Hey, GMS ain't had nothing to do with that. I seen tons of videos the day it happened. I didn't even know about it until GMS pulled it up and said, look what they doing, man. Look how shameful they're doing to Israel, man. You're supposed to be leading the people, man. You know? And it's meant to happen that way. So people can understand that GMS is here for our help, for our good. Yeah, they rebuke, yeah, they chastise, yeah, they come off harsh. But that's because they're trying to prepare you, man. We're gonna see dead people everywhere, man. Okay, it's love what they do. Israel, we're not weak like the other nations. You see? And that's why they come off harsh, because only Israel's gonna love what they're doing. Only the ones who really love the elect are gonna love what GMS is doing. That's all I'm saying. You know? And we're gonna try to do our best to help out. You know, simple as that. You know, the Lord knows I give a fuck. He knows. You know? And the people that's around me that I deal with, a little bit of the brotherhood that I do deal with, they know I give a shit. They know I care, man. We don't need no recognition. We don't need no big crowd. Okay? We're here to exalt the name of Yahawashi so that the sheep can be edified and be ready. It's finna get bad out here. Shalom. Shalom, bro. Hey, I'm not sure why your video went off. And it's crazy. Like, okay, it's showing you popping up. I was like, it's crazy ass showing they ain't on there. Okay, yeah, you know, we out here once again. Big bro, you know, we out here. You know? And we're so thankful for Yahawashi for waking us up another day. And just to be able to dwell with Great Millstone. Us followers out here, we happy to be with y'all, you know? And I know y'all don't hear it enough. Y'all not supposed to lift yourselves up, but y'all done so much for us, man. We really appreciate y'all, you know? I can only speak for myself, but I know there's other like-minded brothers who believe in this truth, who came through y'all chastising, all the exhortations, all the fear, you know, that y'all have given us. Y'all made us strong. So, Kawada, Yahawashi Barak to you. And Yahawashi Barak to all who come in, you know, whoever come in, you are all the time. So, a lot of opportunity in, big bro. It means a lot, you know. I was wondering what happened to your feed. It just went off, but on my side, so I said, all right, the Lord telling me go ahead, go out here and finish this lesson. So this is a part 5 of a lesson that I learned, you know, a couple weeks ago, and I want to deal with it and finish it up, you know, because the Lord just put the spirit on me to deal with it. It's temptation. And that's why I knew, like, the Lord had me come out and said, do a lesson on temptation. And it had to be a lesson from Elder Apostle Ramlaw and the fact that all this stuff is happening with these other camps. Just before he had me do it, it's like, you know, this is the Lord. It's got to be the Lord, you know. You know, it's got to be the Lord. And he's not, I don't feel like he's having me do this for no reason, big bro. Like, I don't feel like he's having me do this for no reason, because there's nobody here who worship Bahasham, you know? But it's been a lot of people who are waking up lately. And I just want to say the water for Bahasham for that, because the quicker they do that, the quicker, Lord willing, we get to get out of here, you know? I feel like y'all, and as long as y'all been in the truth, I'm like, I know y'all ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get out of here, you know? So I got to finish showing full proof of my ministry, you know? And that's why I try to do my best and I take no days off. Y'all done worked y'all asses off for years. I'm just getting in here, you know? I really should be doing 2 lessons a day, but I ain't as strong as y'all, man. I got to prepare my stuff. I got to make sure I come off right. I got to make sure I edify right. Y'all fervent in the spirit, you know? And not to boost you up too much, but I just want to be honest on how I feel, you know? I really look up to y'all, man. That's all I'm saying. I look up to the brotherhood, you know? I got the only one brother that's out here, you know, physically. Of course, I got all y'all over there, but it's like, man, the water, you know, y'all done a lot for me, you know. You helped me become who I am today. So it's a real honor to be able to serve you. How about Yahawashi with y'all, man? With the water, yeah. How about Yahawashi, man? So where I left off in my part 4, trying to get into this real quick. It talks about you know, I was talking about Matthew chapter 4, verse 11, you know, and I was saying at this point, you know, at the end of his fast, you know, the Lord, you know, Yahawashi, you know, he needed help. He was vexed, you know, he was torn down after all that, you know. His flesh was weak. So the angels had to tend to him, you know, and to strengthen him up. He had to strengthen him up and make him strong. He had to make him to where he could get back and say, all right, I'm ready to fight again in the spirit. I'm ready. And that's how we are, you know. And that's why when we come out and do stuff, and we got stuff that affects us, and we like, man, that shit fucked us up. Hey, I go back to listen to y'all videos, and y'all malaks, y'all come and minister to me just like Yahawashi did, that they did to Yahawashi, you know. And it strengthens me. And it's like, hey, that's what's got me keep going, you know. So keep doing y'all videos, man. I'm telling you, man, the Lord's working with y'all, man. Like the people that used to know me, the people that know me out here, they don't understand what I'm doing. Like, they're like, why is he doing that? Why did he stop smoking weed? Why is he changing? It's because Yahawashi, man. And it's beautiful, you know. It's the most beautiful thing I ever went through, you know. I don't need nothing, you know. The Lord put me all the way in the wilderness, you know. But he made it real comforting for me, you know. I have all ways to be able to still take care of what I need to take care of. And I don't got the burdens I have to pay for this damn devil right now. It's just, you know, it's better than worse when I'm starting to come out to it. You know, and he's kind of showing me, hey, this is how it's going to be during Jacob's trouble. Don't worry about it, man. You don't need this shit. You think you need it because you've been living with it. But once I take it away from you, you realize you don't need this shit to do the work. You don't need this shit to exalt my name. So is it needed? No, it's not. It's not needed, you know? So this is Revelation. I'm going to get back into this. I'm going to do Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. If you got any precepts, big bro, you know I'm going to throw them in there. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. What's that? That Karagman, that sea here. And we know Adam and Nazakba. Adam and Nazakba, hey, that was I work with him. I work with that dude. He is a so-called Mexican. So he one of the 12, but he's still playing with it. That's okay. I ain't mad at him. Anyways, like I said, he's gonna try us. He's gonna try us with this charagma, with this seed. And a lot of people, they're so comfortable with this earth. They're so comfortable with how things go. Paying this so-called devil just to keep your lights on. Paying them just to keep your water on. But when you ain't got none of it, hey, I was already saying, fuck that motherfucker before I didn't have the shit. Hey, this got me fired up. Hey, my next lesson, the Lord already put me in spirit on to do it. And I haven't got the precepts he wanted me for it, but, I kind of want to do it. It's going to be called, Lord willing, he'll let me do it. But it's, the truth is brutal. The truth is brutal, but we converted to fuel. This is our fuel. We know we sinned against the Lord, but the fact that we're going through this, the fact that this is happening in real time, hey, man, he's coming. He's on the way. I'm like, man, he's on the way. Okay, he is on the way. He is on the way. Can't stay asleep. That's what I talk about. You know how it said that the elders and apostles, they come early in the morning. And that's what they did. Elder Apostle Ramlock, up. Hey, this is what's going on. Hey, tripping, bro. They tripping. Had me all the way fine. I said, I gotta go do camp early. I can't let the elders and apostles and GMS down in the big roads, man. And I know y'all say like we don't serve GMS, we serve Yahawashi, Yahawashi, but hey, y'all got to give yourself a little bit of credit. Y'all GMS is what woke me up. Okay, that's why we always say double honors. You can't just say double. GMS ain't nothing. That's the people of the Lord. That's what it is. And the patience of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, for people to realize that is a blessing. As much as y'all do, day in and day out, it's no excuse to be like, oh, well, what proof you got? I don't know. Me standing here in the middle of the highway, and I'm just a student. Look what they doing. They've been doing this shit forever, man. For us to consider the days of old. These are our spiritual leaders, our spiritual fathers. These are the people who led us last time when Yahawashi ordered them to. Why would you not want to give these people respect? And this is just talking to the people that come across who maybe have not given GMS respect. Because it's ridiculous, man. GMS does not conduct themselves like these other camps. They never will. It's not going to happen. Oh, GMS pays match. Shalom, Elder. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. Shalom. Water for tuning in. Hey, I really liked your lesson on working out with the crystals. I got a it was a Judite sister I met, right? Now, I don't know if he's still here, but it was a Judite sister I met. The water, Elder. Hey, that means so much to me. The water. It was this Judite sister I met, right? And this Judite sister, she's got a chart. She knows how to write it in Paleo Hebrew too. And she got this chart. And the Lord's putting the spirit on me to, take this woman, and I'm going to, because this is what the Lord telling me to do. He's just putting the spirit on me like, take her. I need you to guide her. And we so far apart, but it's like we almost knew each other already. But I can't just say that. But anyways, she got a chart, and it's got all the crystals on them, right? It's got all the crystals on them. And You know, so I've been starting to get into the crystals a little bit more because of some of the things that you said about the crystals, you know, about working out with them and stuff. And she showed me like the Judites, they got these crystals, they got these crystals. And she's gonna start making necklaces, you know. So, you know, that's just kind of what made me think about it when you came across the page, you know, today, this morning over here at camp. So, you know, Lord willing, you know, it's edifying to you. Hey, some of us brothers, hey, it's not for every brother, like you said, but it was edifying to me, and I'm gonna try it out as soon as I get some, you know. But the crystals is pretty cool, you know. They're pretty cool. I like it, you know. And I know y'all both gotta work, so Lord willing, you know, y'all have a great day. You know, if you can't stay around, so you know, it don't feel nothing bad to me. It's just the fact that you pulled up, like, you know, like y'all the brotherhood. That's really who I'm trying to get. You know, that connection with. You know, you made me who I am. Like I wouldn't be doing this without y'all. You know. So you know, the Lord is long suffering. We're gonna go into Isaiah chapter 57, verse 14. I've been doing a lot of talking this morning. I need to get back into the precepts. You know, that's the one thing I like about GMS Page Master Elder Kazak. You know, he talks. You know, he talks to you, and it's empowering. You know, he'll pull in some precepts, but that way, the way you do your ministry is brilliant. I love it. Love all the brothers, man. You know, and sometimes I come off austere. Sometimes that's only when I'm doing them news articles. The Lord be having me in spirit, like, hey, it's time to go. We're trying to get this place out of here. You know, we're trying to get shit done for the Lord, you know, so he can see our diligence, you know. And I feel like, it's like, I talked to my elder first to get this approved right before I said this. So when you a substitute, the Lord substitutes you into this truth. So I came in the truth 1 year ago, 30 years old. So the Lord was like, oh, I need a substitute. He bring me in, right? What a substitute supposed to do when they get out on the street, when they get out on the court? You're supposed to be diving for balls, fucking doing everything you can because you fresh legs. I'm fresh legs. I'm supposed to be gassing. You know, once I get a little bit of truth in me or enough to where the Lord can use me, I need to be gassing, full gas. You know, that's how we supposed to be in this truth. Like, God, dog, man, they woke us up. Move. You know, that's how I feel when I listen to y'all videos and stuff. And I've taken a lot of notes. Some of them I ain't even bring out yet because I don't want to bring them out yet because the Lord didn't say don't bring them out yet. It's all about the Lord's time. You know, we're here for the Lord. We're here for Yahawashi. So this is Isaiah chapter 57, verse 14. And it reads, and let's do 13. When thou criest, let thy companies deliver thee, but the wind shall carry them all away. Talking about the intercontinental missiles, vanity shall take them. But he that putteth his trust in me, talking about Yahawashi, shall possess the land and shall inherit my holy mountain, and shall say, cast ye up, prepare the way, take up the stumbling block out of the way of my people. You see, and that's what the Lord's doing right now. You know, that is what's happening to the elect, and we hope to be part of that number. We're going to say we just part of that number, but he is taking those stumbling blocks out of the way of the elect so they can wake up. Through who? Through his vessels, his mouthpiece. The elders and apostles of the great millstone on down in that body. I'm just a clinger. I cling to the body. You know? I'm just here to try to tell you that these are the elders and apostles, man. There ain't no other. and they don't lift themselves up. They don't go around saying they the shit. They don't go around being like, we the motherfuckers, y'all ain't shit. They don't do that. All they do is rebuke, chastise, exhort, warn, and motivate. That's it. And they work as a body. So that's what's happening to the elect. The stumbling blocks are being moved. They're being moved out of the way for brothers to wake up. So we can't wake up no brothers. All we can do is shed light to the elect, but the elect have already been sealed. But they just have to be activated. Just like Elder Manazakbach said, they have to be activated. So we're doing our part to try to help finish that activation, because we might be somebody who needed to be activated. We don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to keep doing the work. If not, hey, we're going to die for Yahawashi and Yahawashi, period. So, this is verse 15 and verse 16 of Isaiah. So we read a little bit of Isaiah. We had 14. Lock you. Oh, 57. So lock you. Isaiah chapter 57, verse 15, and it reads, "For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to receive the spirit of the humble, and to receive the heart of the contrite ones." See? You know, he received the spirits of the contrite, you know? And you know what? I want to look that word up. Just give me 1 second. I want to be specific with it. Contrite. Contribute. Contrite. Okay. Contrite. It says one of a spirit with a broken heart. And that's right, because our heart was broken. But we need to go, I want to go to the straight definition. It says, pentient, humbled by our own sins and failures, seeking after power, which is Yahawah Yahawashi. You know, and that's great millstone right there for you. You know, they are the contrite spirit. They have that contrite spirit. Like, you know, they always like I was listening to Elder Kazak one day. He was like, "Yeah, you know, my short 14 years in this. I just woke up last year. I was listening to him like, oh, I know I ain't nobody. I know I can't act like I'm nobody. He been in the truth for half of my life. How can you hate these brothers, man? How could you not like these brothers? As humble as they are, there's no way. And that's just even more proof that the Lord's dealing with them. You can't say that the Lord not dealing with these men. Hey, you bugged out if you think not. Whatever. You know, I ain't mad at you, but the Lord is. You know, we going through hell, you know. We need help sometimes. So this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12. I want to wake up early this morning so I can go get some news articles. The Lord, hey, some make me feel like the Lord cooking something today. Oh, so Lord cooking something today. Man, Lord doing something today. I already had a few of them last night, but I said, let me get a Lord about 2 hours. He gonna do something. He gonna jack this motherfucker up. He already did jack it up. He just the article makers or whoever, they had to draw it up. You know what I'm saying? So Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12, and it reads, "Hope deferred maketh the heart sick. When the desire cometh, it is a tree of life." And you know, this kind of reminds me of because I wasn't in the truth then, but I was listening to one of the brothers, and he was talking about in 2000, a lot of people fell out of the truth because it didn't, this didn't come. He let these devils talk shit for about 24 years, and now it's happening, you know? And that's cool, we understand. But hey, it's all about the Lord, you know? He said he gonna pardon some people. So, you know, just because you fell out in the truth that long time ago, don't mean he won't pardon you. But it's scary. It's scary when you see people that been in the truth this whole time, like the elders and apostles, and they ain't fell out. Hey, the Lord gonna consider that shit. Every idle word shall be accounted for. And that's why I take it as a blessing to come into the truth this new. You know, some people don't want to be the leader. Hey, I'm glad that the Lord just bring me here. That's better than nothing. You know, that's better than everything, actually. What I mean is like, you know, some people they just, you know, like Sakari and them. They like, oh well, I want to be the leader. When the Lord just woke your ass up, like you was under Apostle Tahar. So how you gonna be like you lead now? Oh, you just gonna lead over Apostle Tahar? Bugged out, man. You know, and you gonna perish for trying to be out of order, man. For trying to be out of order, man. That's it. All you had to do was sit down here and just teach what he said and say double honors and don't be an asshole. That's it, man. Why is that so hard, man? I can't stand motherfuckers. Anyways, our hearts are sick, but we still are prisoners of hope. The Lord will come and deliver us, Lord willing. You know, that's why we fight every day, so we can count ourselves worthy. You know, because being in this flesh, we do get weak sometimes. This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 41. Proverbs. Hold on. I had yeah, it says that. Let me check. Let me double check. Check real quick. Bear with me. Okay, I think this is where it is. So okay. I think I put in. What does that say? Is it Proverbs 26 verse 11? Read it. Well, you know we can do this. We can do this. This will help. So this is Isaiah chapter 26 verse 10. It says the great power, which is Yahawah, that formed all things, both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth transgressors. So that shows that without the Lord helping us, there's no way we would make it. You know, there's no way. He has to come aid us. He rewards even the fools. Now, who's the fool? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the transgressors, which is 2/3, because they sin and they don't care. So how much more do we need his help when we don't? We need his help because they need his help and they don't even know him. And they get it. You know? This is verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. And that's why we don't want to be those people. We don't want to be like 2/3. That's why we coming back in this truth. And we coming back and we being like the elect to the best of our abilities. We hope to be a part of that number, but the only way we can be part of that number is if the Lord ordained us to be. But we don't know. So we have to make sure that we have that spirit of staying occupied in prophecy and keeping ourselves unspotted from the world to the end. You know, that's the best bet we got. But it's not, man. It's the most beautiful journey you'll ever go through. You know, it's the most beautiful journey you'll ever experience. You know, it's not something that you want to take lightly. It's all I'm saying. Verse 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than him. So that shows how much we can't act like we the ones wise. We didn't get this truth from us. We got it from Yahawashi, you know. But we do. There is a ranking. There is people that the Lord favored over others in the elect, you know, and that's that governing body. And those are going to be revealed. And I'm telling you, it's GMS. If you don't believe it, whatever, you know. But the ones who watch GMS and the ones who see what GMS does and believes, hey, we know, you know. So we got to say the water Yahawashi outside for that, because, you know, we are recognized as the scum of the earth. So to see these men and be like, oh, these are the rulers of the universe coming pretty soon, that's got to be the Lord. We can't think that stuff. We not wise. Look what we did. Look what the Lord did to us. We're not wise. We need Yahawashi, period. We're not wise without Yahawashi. We don't know nothing. without Yahawashi. You know? So basically, if the Lord would send us help, hey, we would all fall. We wouldn't make it. You know? He knows we only have so much strength, you know? And then after that, you know, he's got to be able to push us to rest. That's why he said it's worded in a way where it said, basically, do what you can to the best of your abilities, and I will align everything else when I get back. You know, he's a doctor. He wants to be able to fix us. But he wants us not to just be straight, just not giving a fuck. We got to give a fuck, you know? We want to make sure when he come back, he ain't got too much to fix. That's why the elders and apostles on down be saying, sin less, do less offenses, get more into this word, you know, follow the commandments better, improve yourself, you know. That's our job, you know, especially as us men, first and foremost. We're supposed to be improving, and that's how you know if the light of the Lord is not in somebody. You've been going to camp with a brother, and it's been 2 months he ain't made a video. He been talking about he gonna make a video, gonna do it unless he ain't do it. That's how you know the Lord's not dealing with him. And you know, it depends on what type of brother the Lord put the spirit on. You can maybe tell him, hey, you need to pray to Yahawashi and tell him to fix your stuff. But you also gotta, when you do it to him like that, you gotta give him some time. And if they don't do nothing, then that's maybe when you need to be a little bit more harder on them. And if they don't do nothing after that, then it's like, hey, I'm not gonna tell you no more, man. You a grown ass man, man. I'm not gonna tell you to serve Yahawashi. That's your job. Tell yourself. That's why it says examine yourself daily. That's our job. You know, the elders and apostles already doing that for us. We got to pick up the slack on where we lack and make sure that we keeping up with them. And that's why, you know, Atham said, we don't know you, we don't owe you. You know, they don't. We owe our lives to Yahawah. Period. You know, we're supposed to be men in this thing. You know. So, like I said, you know, we get to that point to where we're finna go into anarchy. You know, martial law, concentration camps. You know, FEMA camps, false flags. Like the stuff that is happening with those two camps, and everybody who's in the loop. I'm not even in the loop. I'm out the side looking in the loop. So if I know everybody in the loop know. So those two camps who was going on, that's a false flag, man. They doing that to try to penalize Great Millstone. Why? They hate Great Millstone, man. They want to see them fall, man. They hate the fact that they are doing the work right, and they don't care what they doing. We don't care. You know, and I'm not part of GMS, but if I'm a follower and I don't give a fuck what they talking about, I ain't even watched none of their videos. I didn't even know about the other camps until somebody at GMS said, this is why we don't listen to these guys. That's how I learned about IUIC, GOCC, ISUPK. I learned from GMS saying, this is why we don't fuck with these motherfuckers. That's how I learned from them. That's how I knew who they was. I didn't know who they was. And I thank Yahawashi for that every day. You know, that he did that. You know, he did that. I didn't do that. You know, so, you know, anyways, there's going to be different things that are leading up to the MOTB, and they're all going to be things, you know, that are all happening at once. You know, that's why I try to get multiple news articles so you can say, well, this is happening, this is happening. And while this is happening, this is happening. And that's why the Lord put the spirit on me to do that kind of stuff. You know? To keep up. You know, we're supposed to be watching where it's coming. And he's moving these chess pieces. You know? So everyone will be put on the spot. Ain't none of us is gonna be like, oh, we seen it coming all the way. No. But if we're doing this work and he pulls up, like let's say Jacob's trouble start today. Hey, this is a great spot to be. Doing camp or doing a lesson. Hey, You pull up, Lord pull up, and you doing one of the two, you serving Yahawashi, you're going to say, all right, you're good. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says exhort another one daily. Why? Because you can't miss. You can't miss Yahawashi coming if you focus on them every day and keep your eyes single and occupied in prophecy. You know? What I mean by your eye is not your actual eye, but like the eye sound. Revelation chapter 3, verse 18, like your focus, you know, your daily understanding. Keep it focused as Yahawashi could pull up today. He could pull up on all of us today and we'd be like, damn, he's here. You know? He's here already, but what I mean by here, it's like you're going to start seeing brothers flying around. You're going to see brothers doing stuff, man. Jacob's trouble going to come, you know? So, you know, we will all be tried, okay? We're all going to be tried. Some of us are going to be tried before. And that's why the ones who have been tried before are telling everybody, plus me, this is the reason why I'm warning everybody now, that you're going to get tried. You need to get ready. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Let's read verse 8. And this is Yahawah speaking. And it reads, after this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So that's how we know that everything in this book is going to happen here. You know, this is that prayer. You know, they always try to pray in the churches. You know, this will be done here. His will for the so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American, West Indian Haitians, the lost 12 tribes of Israel will be fulfilled. You know? You know? So now we're going to keep reading. Verse 10. What does it say? It said he loaded us up with daily benefits, right? Well, what does it say right here? Verse 10, and it reads, or verse 11, and it reads, give us this day our daily bread. And that's all we need. We don't need anything else other than our daily bread. We don't need nothing else. That's us preparing for Jacob's trouble. Because he's not going to give us no more than what we need during Jacob's trouble. And that's why in our training, this is training, he's giving us just what we need for the day. So we don't get too high-minded in our mind. You see? This is perfect. And the plan of the Lord is flawless. You know? Verse 12. And forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. So if you got somebody that owe you, you need to forgive them. You know? We're not like Esau Edom. We don't try to keep smashing on people that owe us. Be a forgiver, man. Be someone who is a forgiver. Just like our Father is. Because he said he will pardon abundantly. You know? And that don't mean just be a pushover. But those ones who are sincere, and even the ones that aren't sincere, forgive both for your sake. You know? Why? I don't know, because he's telling us in verse 12, that's what we're supposed to do. Not what we're supposed to do, because what did it say about our minds? It says we are wise. If we try to be wise in our own conceit, we'll perish. So there ain't no reason to be mad at nobody. But you got these people out here, Jay. You try to tell him something real, you try to rebuke him, he be, oh, well, you can make me the bad guy, then I'll play the bad guy. No, you're just being a fucking pussy. You don't want to fucking admit what you did wrong. You don't want to admit it. That's cool. You can do that to them other people, but they don't got the word in them. We see your bullshit. The Lord's going to deal with your fucking ass. At least you repent and convert, or you're going to die. That's our job. We're supposed to warn your ass, quit fucking playing with the Lord. And the Lord probably won't even bring that person I'm talking about. He probably won't even bring him across this video because he acts like fucking swine. Lord's not going to cast those pearls on the swine. You know? And I know I need more training. I need more guidance on learning how to decipher who's swine. Sometimes I end up fucking up and giving some of them the fucking truth. They end up fucking doing dumb shit with it. But that's fine. That's fine. You know? That's going to be the reason why the Lord can judge your ass. Because if I forgive you, that's like, it's all good. Go do my shit, figure my shit out, and keep doing the work. Hey, I'm blameless. You can't come blame me. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, well, you want me to be the bad guy. I'll be over there later. Like I don't deserve no mercy or something. Like you the judgment. We gonna find out, bro. Verse 13, and it reads, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. You know? For thine kingdom, for thine is the kingdom, and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Amen. So these people think that Yahawashi don't see them misusing the prophets. They don't see. They think that they can just do whatever they want and think whatever they want when they pass us on these highways and byways. And the Lord ain't gonna jack their ass up. That's cool. Have a nice day. You better hope you're right. You know? These are the evil days we're in. People have no fear of Yahawashi, especially 2/3. That's why the Lord's gonna twerk their ass.com. So it's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Lock it. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1, and it reads, remember, now thy creator in the days of thy youth. I'm pretty sure he's talking to me. I'm 31. I know he ain't just talking to me, though. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You see? We don't got no pleasure in this place. We're not happy to be here, but we're happy we got this truth. That this is not our rest. You know? There are trials that we must go through. You know? If we're not going through no trials, if we're not going through no tribulation, if we're not having people do us wrong, if we're not having chastisement, then we're not going to be ready for Jacob's trouble. We're not going to be ready. You know, you remember how, what does that say? What does that say? What's his name? He was like, I'm not ready. You're not going to be ready. What's his fucking name? I don't know. I don't even watch movies no more. All I do is focus on Yahawashi all day. I don't even fucking remember his name. Kevin Hart. Lord did it to me. The water Yahawashi for the edification. So like I said, you know, this hour of temptation is what we are about to enter into. It is being prepped. This is why we need the Lord. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You got to get used to saying that name. Because that might be the only thing that delivers you in that time when you're facing something. Like, it might not be no prayer. It might just be you saying, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and he pulling you out of something. Okay? You know? Just like that dream that I had a testimony about a dream I had. And I couldn't get out that dream until I called on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's what it's going to be like in Jacob's trouble. You might not have no quick time to say a prayer, a whole prayer, and get on your knees and face the east. You might only have a few seconds to say Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and he do something you would not believe. You don't know, but it's something to keep in mind. I know that. So this is Luke chapter 4, verse 14. Luke chapter 4, verse 14, and it reads, and Yahawah shall return in the power of the Spirit unto Galilee, and there went out a fame of him through all the region round about. You know? So after the angels came and ministered unto him and showed him some things and lifted him back up. I showed him some things, but ministered unto him and brought his spirit back. You know, he was refreshed. And after that trial, his power was increased. So when we go through trials, we go through tribulation that Sophia puts us through in this truth, she increases us in knowledge. She increases us in understanding. She increases us in the wisdom of understanding. These are the basic instructions before leaving everything on the planet. This is what we need. We need this book and this guidance. What it say in Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 20? Necessary patience is necessary, better than those who seek the Lord without a guide, who live their life without a guide. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't want to butcher it. We're going to go to it and we're going to read it. It's Ecclesiastes, chapter 32, verse 20. Hold on. See, I knew I need to go look at it. Hold on. Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes, Salakia, chapter 20, verse 32. I had it flipped. So this is Ecclesiastes, chapter 20, verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord Yahawashi is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. And what's that guide? That is an apostles of great millstone. They're the ones who taught us to go on the highways and byways. They're the ones who taught us the name of the Lord. They're the ones who taught us how to go in the Greek and the Hebrew and the Blue Letter Bible and other things. You know, other platforms. Hold on, Sloppy. Got another page flying out of my book, Salakia. So like I said, after he passed his trial, he was increased. So when we pass our trials and tribulations here, the Lord increased us as well. You know? So, and his authority and his teaching became more powerful after he went through that fasting in the wilderness and survived that temptation of the devil. So when we survive temptations, here the Lord increases us in knowledge, you know, and understanding, which is the most powerful thing that we got, you know. So another thing, they know about the Hebrew Israelites. They came up with a conspiracy, Psalms 83, to make sure we're not doing this. They know, you know. And they're out there and they're talking about it too. You go read Ezekiel chapter 33, go read Ezekiel chapter 33. It'll show you that these are the things that they talk about, you know? And just be prepared when you go read Ezekiel 13, Ezekiel, period. It's a bloody book, okay? You know? In Ezekiel chapter 33, it talks about them talking against this truth. Now we're going to go to Luke chapter 4, verse 15. It's good for right now. Luke chapter 4, verse 15, and it reads, and he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. See? verse 16. And it reads, and he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. No, this is the work that he had to do prior, to him as he was being tempted. This was the next great work he had to do. So when the Lord tempts us and he tries us in this truth, and he says, well, you really gonna believe in what I say? And then he increases you with that knowledge. What's that next work? We gotta go teach. We gotta go prophesy. We gotta go put these things out in the world. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be being just like Yahawashi, right? We're supposed to be doing what he does when we're tempted, when the Lord does stuff, when he cuts off the water, when he does these kind of things. What do? You get out here and you serve Yahawashi. So Satan was trying to stop him, just like he's trying to stop all of us through temptation. I did this lesson on temptation. Guess what Yahawashi did? He cut off the water, the lights, and the electricity. I have nothing right now. But Yahawashi, guess what? I'm the fuck out here. There ain't no excuse. Get the fuck out here and serve Yahawashi with your life. So this is what he did once he got past all of that tribulation. Luke chapter 4, verse 17. And it reads, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahawashi is upon me, because he have anointed me. This is Yahawashi speaking. We're going to read it one more time. Verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives. We're in captivity. He's talking about us. And recovering of sight to the blind. Those Ezekiel chapter 37. The valley of dry bones who can't spiritually see that this is the truth, the 100% truth, or what some brothers say, the 144% truth. That 2/3 of our people, they don't want to understand, so they're gonna die. To set at liberty them that are bruised. We were all bruised by the spiritual demon Satan. And how? Through his people, Lucifer. He saw Edom, the so-called white man. And he knows. And we know. And you're going to go into captivity. As it is written. So every time we get past temptation, something great happens. Something spiritual happens. Verse 20, and it reads, and he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. the world are watching and waiting to see what we say. You know why? Because they think it's coming from man. They think this is coming from man, but it's not. It's coming from the power of the universe. Bahasham, Yahawashi. Verse 21, and it reads, and he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. And all bear him witness and wondered at the gracious words that proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son? See, how can Joseph have a baby unless it's from his seed? The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes, who they put at the bottom of the earth. This is why they hated Yahawashi, because he was bold. He didn't give a fuck what these motherfucking people think the Lord said. They're nothing. They are nothing. Verse 23, and it reads, and he said unto him, he shall surely say unto me this proverb. What's a proverb? A dark saying, a riddle. Mysterion. These fucking mortals do not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth that are from Yahawashi, that have been spoken unto me from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. Verse 23, and he saith unto them, he will surely say unto me this proverb, position, heal thyself, whatsoever ye have heard, let it come near. Do so also here in thy country. They didn't understand the spiritual aspect of what he was telling them. Just like today, they don't understand. You know? And the same people who looked at him in the synagogues saying, oh, look at all this truth he got. There's the same motherfuckers cussing him out. That's why we say, fuck 2/3. You know? Lord did these miracles right in front of 2/3 face last time, and they still didn't wake up. It will be a witness against them. In the long run, we know about Daniel, chapter 12. It speaks of some who wait to shame and everlasting contempt in the kingdom. You know? That's what they're doing. They're being pled guilty. These idle words that they speak about this truth at this very moment. The Lord is pleading them guilty. His blood on their hands. You know? Other than the elect of Israel. We hope to be a part of that number. The elect won't have any guile found in their mouth to convict them. This is 1 Corinthians. Chapter 11, verse 32. This is 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 32. And it reads, but when we are judged, we are chastised of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. He said he loves those who he chastises. They know we are Yahawah, the sons of the living power. You think it's a fucking game? Keep that same energy when he saw Edom is chopping your fucking leg off and grilling your fucking dumb ass. So when the Lord, he puts us through different chastisements. He puts us through shit. It is to purge us from this world. While 2/3, he's let them run rampant in the earth and surpass the deeds of the wicked. It will be the ultimate price. Your body torn to shreds. There will be no protection. None. For 2/3, man. That's why we say, fuck you. If you're 2/3, fuck you. Better hope you're not. I better hope I'm not. This is Luke chapter 24, verse 26. Luke chapter 24, Luke chapter 4, verse 24, Salakia. And it reads, and he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. Man, word of the Lord, man. Cold, man. Cold. Verse 25. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias, when the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elijah sent, save unto Sarepta, a city of Sidon, unto a woman that was a widow. You know, this woman, she represents the elect. You know, in that time, you know, these are the only ones the Lord came for in this time. Just like he explains that he didn't come nowhere else but for them. You know, for this woman. You know, he came came for that widow. He came for her aid. But it represents the elect today. He's not coming for nobody else. You know? It's the only ones the Lord's going to come for this time. Verse 27, and it reads, and many lepers were in Israel in the time of Eliseus, the prophet, and none of them was cleansed, saving the man, the Syrian. And you see, it shows you that Naaman had to be an Israelite as well. But the same, why? We know that Israel was the only ones that the Lord's coming from, or coming for, you know? So he represented the elect as well in this time, you know? Even though these accounts actually happened, they represent the elect in this day, you know? The Lord is only dealing with a small number, just like Paul did in Romans chapter 11. Now we're going to read Luke chapter 28, verse 30. And all day in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath. See? And rose up and thrust him out of the city and led him to the brow of a hill of the hill whereon their city was built, that they might cast him headlong. They tried to throw Yahawah off a cliff. See? And that's why when we tell 2/3 of this truth, they try to cast us out of their lives. They try to say we're crazy. They try to say the Lord's not dealing with us. They try to call us hobos, bums. But we're going to find out who the fucking bum is when you're living in our house, Lord willing. You know? I was given by the Lord. You know? They try to throw you off a cliff, man. Okay? Verse 30. And it reads, but he passing through the midst of them, went his way. So what does this mean? They try to throw him off the cliff, and the Lord juked them motherfuckers out. Okay? He straight motherfucking Dante Culpepper their ass. Juke their ass. He was like, bye. Left their ass. You know, basically. So verse 31. And it reads, and he came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. What's that? The new moon. Moon means month. You know? He taught them on the Sabbath days. And then every seventh day, starting at sundown, is a Shabbat. You know? That's how this works. That's why these heathens, they're going to be so glad when they're working for us. We're going to have the year of Jubilee where they don't even have to work for a whole year. They're going to be so happy to work for us. And I don't know if they're going to have that. They might not, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they got to follow all the laws. They will have the year of Jubilee. You know? They'll have a whole year off. You know? That land Sabbath. Ain't nobody in front of your ass fucking Esau. fucking working over here. Anyways, he taught them on the Sabbath days, you know. So now we're going to read verse 32, and it reads, and they were astonished at his doctrine. Just like now, they're astonished at our doctrine. How we go out to the highways and byways. How we don't teach like the churches. How we don't teach like the other camps. How we don't get caught fighting each other on or off camera. We don't do that shit. Our means are not carnal. You know? We try to be at peace at all men with all men if it were possible. You know? And that should be easy for someone in the truth to do. The Lord gave us the ultimate mouthpiece. You don't think we can't talk our way out of shit? You should be able to if the Lord's dealing with you. He controls all the bodies on the planet. So verse 33, and it reads, well, 32, and they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power, and this time it's with power. And in the synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of an unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice, saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahawashi of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of power. See, the heathens knew who Yahawashi was. They know who he is now. They know. They act like they don't, but they know. They know. Don't worry. They know. They just act like they don't because they're terrified. They know that judgment coming for their ass. At least they repent. And a lot of them can't repent because they have been condemned to be put to perdition, which is death. What they did to Yahawashi last time, when he told them in the synagogue what they was going down, and they hated him. Trying to throw the Messiah off a cliff, man. That's why we say, fuck 2/3. You know? They know who we are then. They know who we are now. It says in Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9, what is done now shall be done again. That's how we know that they're going to try to turn us in. They're going to try to do all types of shit to us. Because they did last time. They sawed the prophet Isaiah in half. Okay? They hung some of the prophets upside down. Okay? They chopped John the Baptist's head off. See? They know they got to pay for what the fuck they did to the prophets. And people still misusing the prophets. And great. That means it's working. That means that the Lord wasn't lying. So that's why they come and attack us and fuck with us. You know? To sway us from trying to get the fuck out here and serve Yahawah, some Yahawashi. You know? It's a threat to them. They're terrified. We're not giving two fucks about anything they're doing. Verse 35. And it reads, and Yahawashi rebuked them, saying, hold thy peace, come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him and hurt him not. Because we have power over these spirits. No, we do. But since we are in this flesh, sometimes we get nervous, you know? But them spirits are like dogs, okay? They're like dogs, you know? And they play on that fear. They play on that fear. That's why I said, gird up thy loins like a man. If you're going to stand out here, don't be no fucking weenie. You know? But when you resist the devil, they flee. So this is verse 37. And it reads, and the fame of him that went out into every place of the country round about. Why? Because he was standing up in great boldness against them demons, just like we are today, representing him, trying to be as one with him to the best of our abilities. And he arose out of the synagogue and entered into Simon's house. And Simon's wife's mother was taken with a great fever, and they besought him for her. You know? And he stood over her, verse 39, and rebuked the fever, and it left her. And immediately she arose and ministered unto him. You know? And this is to show that sicknesses are really demons. You know? But the Lord, you know, he has the rule over them. So this is verse 40. Now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with diverse diseases brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them and healed them. These are the things that Yahawashi did last time, and 2/3 still didn't give a fuck. You think they're going to give a fuck this time? I doubt it. That's why this unity bullshit is fucking trash. Not here to unify with them. We're here to help shed light on the elect and to activate them through the Lord. That's it. That's our job. Verse 41. And the devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art a Mashiach, the Son of Power. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak. For they knew that he was a Mashiach. He told them devils, shut the fuck up. That's why we be telling, if you don't want to come out here and teach, you don't want to come out here and stand in great boldness, you want to get on the fucking comment board and be a YouTube prophet, shut your fucking ass up and get your ass to work. You gonna come out to the spiritual garden and the spiritual fucking plow is right there in your hand and you're not plowing. That's something else. You know, that was literal in that day, but now it's spiritual. You know, these spirits, they inhabit the people who are now woke to this truth. You know, they use those people to give us a hard time. That's why I say your family not in the truth. It's people not in the truth around you. Get the fuck away from them. Because he's going to use them to give us a hard time. That's why we need to separate from these bastards. Because they ain't about shit. Verse 42, and it reads, and when it was day, he departed and went into a desert place. And the people sought him and came unto him and stayed him that he should not depart from them. You know? And he said unto them, this is Yahawashi speaking, and it reads, I must preach the kingdom of power to the other cities also, for therefore I am sent. We are sent by Yahawah to warn all sheep of Israel, repent, convert, or die. don't have a choice. And he preached in the synagogues of Galilee. And why do you not have a choice? Because if you're the elect, you're going to do it. That's what I mean by you don't have a choice. There is no free will and predestination. Doesn't exist. Can't have both. Oh, so they will come after us, bottom line. These devils will come after us. You know, we are a threat to Esau, Edom's kingdom. You know, these are not new demons. They are the same ones. We're going to close out with Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. And it reads, for he said, because the Lord, Yahawashi, has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Amalek is the first descendants of Esau, the elites, who today are known as the Rawchaa. You see, it's the same people back today. That's why it says in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, that we don't battle against flesh and blood. You know? So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the flock. Want to face the east and give all praise to Barak to Yahawah. Barak to Yahawashi, Barak to Yahawah, Barak to Yahawashi, Barak to Yahawah, Barak to Yahawashi. You got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles. A great millstone who led me to this truth, who have been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast to show forth the Lord's righteousness, and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be part of that number. Lord willing, let's be edified to those who fear the name of the Lord, and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. I don't know if I remember I said that. Like I said, to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. And it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. And it's unto a ring. 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 42. Stay prayed up. Wow, above. Shalom. DTA, we up next, Lord willing.